The question of free will, whether our choices are truly our own or predetermined, has captivated philosophers and scientists for centuries. Do we possess an inherent freedom to choose, or are our decisions simply the inevitable outcome of a complex web of influences beyond our conscious control? This age-old debate has found renewed vigor in the light of modern neuroscience, which offers compelling evidence that challenges our intuitive sense of free will. Our everyday experience strongly suggests that we are the authors of our choices. We feel a sense of agency when we decide what to eat, what to wear, or which career path to pursue. This subjective experience of free will is so ingrained that questioning it can feel like an assault on our very sense of self. However, emerging scientific evidence suggests that this perception of free will might be more illusory than real. Studies using brain imaging techniques such as fMRI have revealed a startling finding. Decisions are often made in the subconscious depths of our brains milliseconds before we become consciously aware of them. This suggests that the conscious experience of making a choice might merely be a delayed awareness of a decision already made by unconscious processes. This raises profound questions about the nature of free will and the extent to which we are truly in control of our own minds. In groundbreaking experiments conducted by Benjamin Libet in the 1980s, participants were asked to perform a simple action like flexing their wrist at a time of their choosing. While monitoring their brain activity, Libet found that a specific brain signal, known as the readiness potential, consistently preceded the participants' conscious awareness of their decision to act. This readiness potential appeared in the brain up to a second before participants reported making a conscious choice. This suggests that the conscious decision to act was not the initiator of the action, but rather a delayed awareness of an unconscious process already underway. These findings have been replicated and extended in subsequent studies, further solidifying the notion that our conscious experience of choice might be a mere afterthought. These findings are both fascinating and unsettling. They challenge our deeply held intuitions about free will and raise the possibility that our conscious minds are not the ultimate arbiters of our actions. If our brains are making decisions before we are even aware of them, what does this mean for our sense of agency and responsibility? Does it undermine our notions of morality and justice? These are not merely philosophical musings, but questions with profound implications for how we understand ourselves and our place in the world. While the neuroscience of decision-making provides compelling evidence for a deterministic view of choice, it is crucial to acknowledge the undeniable influence of environmental factors in shaping our preferences and behaviors. From the moment we are born, we are immersed in a sea of cultural norms, societal expectations, and familial values that profoundly shape our worldview. Our upbringing, in particular, plays a pivotal role in molding our beliefs, values, and decision-making processes. The family environment we are raised in, the relationships we form, and the experiences we have during our formative years leave an indelible mark on our subconscious minds, shaping our perceptions and influencing our choices throughout our lives. Consider, for example, the development of political beliefs. Children raised in households where political discussions are commonplace and encouraged are more likely to develop informed political opinions and engage in civic discourse. Conversely, children raised in environments where political discussions are discouraged or absent may be less likely to develop strong political views or participate in the political process. In today's digitally interconnected world, the influence of external factors on our decision-making has been amplified by the pervasive presence of social media. Social media platforms, with their sophisticated algorithms and personalized feeds, have created echo chambers where individuals are constantly exposed to information that confirms their existing biases. This constant reinforcement of pre-existing beliefs can lead to a phenomenon known as groupthink, where individuals within these echo chambers become increasingly resistant to challenging their own views or considering alternative perspectives. This can have a profound impact on decision-making, as individuals may make choices based not on a rational assessment of all available information, but on the prevailing opinions within their social media bubbles. The influence of social media is particularly potent when it comes to consumer choices. Social media influencers, with their carefully curated online personas and millions of followers, have become powerful tastemakers, influencing everything from fashion choices to travel destinations. The rise of influencer marketing is a testament to the power of social media in shaping consumer behavior and driving purchasing decisions. Delving deeper into the biological underpinnings of decision-making, we encounter the profound influence of genetics. Our genes, passed down through generations, provide the blueprint for our physical and mental attributes, influencing everything from our temperament to our susceptibility to certain diseases. Recent research in behavioral genetics has revealed that our genes also play a significant role in shaping our preferences, behaviors, and even our moral intuitions. Studies on twins separated at birth have shown remarkable similarities in their personalities, preferences, and even their political and religious beliefs, despite being raised in completely different environments. For example, studies have shown that genes can influence our propensity for risk-taking behavior, our susceptibility to addiction, and even our likelihood of engaging in criminal activity. While genes do not dictate our destiny, they provide a framework within which our choices are made, influencing our predispositions and shaping our responses to environmental stimuli. Candace Owens, a prominent conservative commentator, stands as a vocal critic of the notion that external factors and societal structures exert undue influence on individual choices, particularly within the context of race and identity politics. Owens argues that attributing disparities in outcomes solely to systemic forces undermines personal agency and absolves individuals of responsibility for their choices. Owens emphasizes the importance of individual merit, hard work, and personal responsibility as key drivers of success, regardless of one's background or circumstances. She contends that focusing on external factors as the primary determinants of outcomes creates a victimhood mentality that hinders progress and perpetuates a sense of helplessness. While Owens's emphasis on personal responsibility resonates with many, her perspective often overlooks the complex interplay between individual agency and systemic barriers. To claim that systemic factors play no role in shaping individual outcomes is to ignore the lived experiences of countless individuals who have faced discrimination and prejudice based on their race, gender, or socioeconomic status. Recognizing the multitude of factors that influence our choices, from unconscious brain processes to societal norms and genetic predispositions, can feel overwhelming and even disempowering. Does this mean we are mere puppets, our actions dictated by forces beyond our control? While the evidence for determinism is compelling, it does not negate the importance of striving for autonomy and making conscious choices. The key lies in acknowledging these influences, not as immutable dictates, but as factors to be understood and navigated. By becoming aware of our biases, our ingrained patterns of thought, and the subtle ways in which external factors shape our perceptions, we can begin to exert greater agency in our lives. This process of self-reflection and awareness is not about achieving absolute control over our thoughts and actions, as this may be an illusory goal. Instead, it's about making more conscious, informed choices within the framework of our limitations. It's about recognizing the interplay between our biology, our environment, and our conscious minds, and striving to make choices that align with our values and aspirations. The debate surrounding free will is not a simple dichotomy between freedom and determinism. Instead, it is a nuanced exploration of the complex interplay between our biology, our environment, and our conscious experience. Embracing this complexity requires acknowledging the limits of our free will while recognizing the power of awareness and conscious choice. Rather than viewing determinism as a threat to our freedom, we can choose to see it as a framework within which we can exercise our agency. Just as a painter is free to create within the constraints of their canvas and paints, we too can find freedom within the constraints of our biology and environment. This perspective challenges us to redefine what it means to be free. True freedom may not lie in the illusion of unconstrained choice, but in the ability to make conscious, informed decisions that align with our values, even in the face of internal and external influences. It's about acknowledging the forces that shape us while striving to become the authors of our own lives, to the best of our ability. The question of free will is not one with a definitive answer. It is a question that has plagued philosophers and scientists for centuries, and it is likely to continue to do so for centuries to come. However, this ongoing debate is not about reaching a conclusive answer, but about deepening our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. As we continue to explore the complexities of the human mind and unravel the mysteries of consciousness, we may never definitively answer the question of whether our choices are truly free. But in grappling with this question, in exploring the interplay between our biology, our environment, and our conscious experience, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, a quest for understanding that is ultimately more important than any definitive answer. So, the next time you make a decision, big or small, take a moment to reflect on the myriad factors that led to that choice. Acknowledge the influence of your past experiences, your genetic predispositions, and the subtle cues from your environment. And in that awareness, in that recognition of the forces that shape you, find a new kind of freedom, a freedom that comes from understanding, from conscious choice, and from embracing the beautiful complexity of being human.